Victims shapeshift so that they can survive. Yeah, they can have some peaceful moment, they can avoid narcissistic rage. But these narcissists, they engage into shapeshifting to manipulate, yeah, to bag in some goodies, to know people's vulnerabilities, and the list goes on. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about reasons why narcissists shapeshift. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So in the past, I have talked about, victims shape-shifting. Yeah, and it's almost, a kind of a survival mechanism for these victims. Yeah, that's how they survive this narcissistic relationship, because they know if they are of no use and purpose, if they don't validate, if they don't give in 100%, they might be discarded. Yeah, and they are conditioned and brought onto such a stage where they are completely eroded. So the victim is scared to be alone, they fear being abandoned, so they accept this narcissistic relationship as their reality and they give in. And they know that being in a narcissistic relationship is almost like walking on eggshells. Yeah, what if my this action hurts her, what if my this action hurts him? So there is lots of this walking on eggshell thing that we can see in narcissistic relationship. Plus there is a lot of gaslighting on a regular basis, and that's how the narcissists train their victim to betray their own self, to betray their own authenticity, and take the responsibility of serving and making the narcissist feel good. Yeah, the narcissists train their victim to betray their own needs and prioritize the needs, wants, and desires of the narcissist. So as it is so complex and challenging. Victims have no other way out. Either get out of the relationship, yeah, end the relationship once and for all, or learn and adapt. Yeah, all of us are not that fortunate to come out of the relationship. Yeah, because with all that manipulation and gaslighting, our self-esteems are eroded, our self-worth is eroded, we in general become weak. Yeah, being in such narcissistic relationship, it becomes very difficult to gather all those bits and pieces and stick it up and then rise stronger. It takes time. I won't say that it is impossible, but it takes time. It's not an easy thing. So for some of us, leaving the relationship is not an option. Yeah. So, people learn, okay, I mean, what if I do whatever the narcissist wants and there is peace and harmony? I get some peaceful moment. Yeah. I don't, get to face the narcissistic rage if I just obey and do whatever the narcissist wants. So, narcissists with their behavior and gesture uh, train their victim. Yeah, just the same way how we train our pets, cats and dogs or whatever pet birds. We train them, we teach them to do things, and then we give them reward. Now the reward that the narcissist gives is tiny bits of validation. Yeah, and we know in the past I have talked about how good narcissists are in breadcrumbing their victims, and this is basically to keep them on hook. Yeah, they keep dreaming that one fine day things are going to be okay, things are going to be good, and the narcissist is going to give me all that validation and love and affection. But that day never comes. All what these victims get is tiny bit of validation. So coming back to the shape-shifting thing, in order to survive such relationships, some of us, those who are very weak, those who are in that difficult position, they learn to shapeshift that, okay, fine, let me just do the way how he wants, let me just do the way how she wants. Yeah, at least things are going to be calm and peaceful. I don't want a headache, I don't want all that manipulation, I don't want all that swearing and this and that, and then triangulation. I don't want, him summoning his flying monkeys and enablers to come and, further torment me. So the victims decide that, okay, let me be the way how you want. Yeah. By spending time in narcissistic relationships, victims already lose their own self. Yeah, they lose their individuality, they lose their confidence, they lose their own, self-worth and self-esteem. All of it is eroded. Constant gaslighting, minimization, invalidation. So the victims are in a very vulnerable and weak position. So the victims genuinely begin to feel, with all that gaslighting, the victims genuinely begin to doubt their own self, their feeling, their thoughts. They are in that, state. They are in that situation where they don't, trust their own selves, where they doubt their own feelings, thoughts. They are in, a very bad situation. Yeah, psychologically. So the only way forward, is, surrendering to the narcissist. Yeah, and shapeshift. Because if they don't, if they are of no use and purpose to the narcissist is going to make their lives miserable. The narcissist is going to discard, and this victim genuinely, fears being discarded. Yeah, they are, as it is, eroded, broken being, and they don't want to be discarded. Where are they going to go? Yeah, that's the problem. Because all that manipulation, everything erodes you. You lose confidence in your own self. You begin to believe that I'm worthless and this is what my fate is. So, the victims then, completely surrender, give in, and they, adapt this shape-shifting thing that, okay, let me do this for you. Let me do this for you. Yeah, so that they can keep the narcissist happy and have some good, stable, calm moment in life. Now, when we look at, the shape-shifting that narcissists engage in, it's basically to manipulate. Yeah, the reason they, get into this shape-shifting business is to manipulate others. Victims shapeshift so that they can survive. Yeah, they can have some peaceful moment, they can avoid narcissistic rage. But these narcissists, they engage into shapeshifting to manipulate. Yeah, to bag in some goodies, to know people's vulnerabilities, and the list goes on. So yes, narcissists do, engage in shapeshifting, and they do this for a variety of reasons. The first reason is to know others' vulnerabilities, which they can use later. Yeah, so they might appear as if they are just like you and me, and they might say, well, even I went through all of that, and you know what, I had this weakness and somehow I got over with it. And automatically people will feel comfortable, and they would, look at them like any other, normal healthy individual, and then they would also open up. You know what, your vulnerability was this, mine is this, I'm still battling, I'm still, facing challenges with it. And now what happens? The narcissist is now able to know what are the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of his victim, or, future victim. So, they basically shapeshift to find the vulnerabilities and weaknesses of the others. Yeah, they might pretend as if they are just like you, they have gone through all of that, but all of that is basically to find out your weak spot, your weaknesses, that's all, so that they can use it later. The next reason why narcissists shapeshift is because they want to secure their narcissistic supply. They don't want their supply to run away. They don't want to, appear as a demon in front of their supply. Remember, narcissists are very concerned about their image. They want to be that good guy. In some cases, they want to be the one who has suffered a lot, who's been wronged a lot. They have these different kinds of, masks that they, put on. So these narcissists, they don't want to be labeled as the bad guy or the bad girl. They don't want to be, exposed, yeah, as demons. So in order to avoid all of that, sometimes they might behave normal and okay. Oh, this and this happened with you. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling good now. So, this basically, confuses people around. Yeah. Someone who has been quite observant, someone who's been observing the narcissist, when they see such a response, such an action and behavior, they are confused. Okay, there might be some goodness in the narcissist. He was asking about my health, my well-being. He seemed concerned, but let me tell you, that is basically to dodge you and to confuse you so that you don't see the demon right across. Yeah. So they keep shape shifting. Sometimes they'll behave very good, sometimes they'll behave as if they are innocent. They didn't know all of this, they were just behaving erratic because of some societal pressure, this pressure, that pressure. And in general, they are very good being. Yeah. In general, they are really concerned about the others. And once they are done with that show, putting up that show, and there comes a time, these narcissists get bored, playing that role, and then they are back to square one, the vile and the toxic version. Yeah. Who's antagonizing everyone at all different level, whether it's psychological, physical, verbal. Yeah. So, in order to, secure their narcissistic supply, so that these supplies don't run away. Yeah. These supplies don't get to see that, okay, she's a monster. Okay, he's a monster. Let me try and run away. Or they don't start calling out the narcissist's bad behavior. So, these narcissists then start this morphing process. It's for a very short period of time. It's not permanent. It's for a short while, so that the victims then get confused. Yeah. And then the enablers are going to come in and say, oh, he's not a bad guy, it's the work that is making him do all of this. She's not a bad human, it's just pressure that's driving her nuts. So they put up this show. Enablers came further, did the damage control, and again the victims are back in the same circle of abuse, thinking that the narcissist has changed, and it's all because of some external pressure and influence. There is some goodness inside, but we know there is nothing good inside of them. So yes, the second reason is to secure their narcissistic supply, so that these supplies don't run away. They are not scared and they just run away, that I'm dealing with a monster, she's a monster, he's a monster. The third reason why narcissists shapeshift is because they want to maintain superiority, and they can only maintain that if they are able to uh, pretend like multiple people. And I'll give you an example. So if the narcissist has to maintain his superiority, and someone who's very great, very noble, very wise, someone who's very charitable, they have to do a lot of things. Yeah. They have to get into a lot of roles, they have to be a little social, they have to get into some community service, they might have to go out of the way and help some people, so that they can bag in all of that good compliments and comments. So in order to feed their this superior image, they get into a lot of role. Yeah. And they might tell you, didn't you see I did this for her, she was going through a lot, but I didn't wait, I just went ahead and I helped her. Do you know I did this last summer, it was just for you. Yeah. Though I was not supposed to do it, but still I did it for you. So a lot of humble bragging, a lot of manipulation, a lot of gaslighting, withholding facts. And that's how they maintain that image. Yeah. That's how they feel superior, that I can do multiple things. I did this, I did that, I got involved into this, I got involved into that. Yeah. So that's how they fuel that superior image. Yeah. Where they can belittle others. Well, you were unable to go there, you were unable to help all those hundreds of people, but I sacrificed my work and I still went out there. Yeah. So, this is also weaponized. All that charitable work, social work, community work, That is also again weaponized to belittle others so that they can feel superior. Yeah, I did so much, despite of so much of workload, still I did it for her. You see, I really don't miss a chance to help people. Now again, what are they doing? They are trying to belittle the others. Yeah, you were not able to do it, but I did it. Yeah. So yes, in order to maintain their superior image, they do shapeshift. The next reason why narcissists shapeshift is to avoid criticism. We know that narcissists are unable to tolerate any kind of criticism. They are going to throw narcissistic rage, and when they throw narcissistic rage, people can see what an ugly person they are on the inside. Yeah, so the narcissists also know that if I revert someone, if someone is criticizing me, and if I get triggered, and if I respond, that nasty thing is going to come out. Yeah, people might see who I truly am. Yeah, so they might avoid such kind of conversation, situation, or scenario where there is any possibility of them being criticized. Plus, these narcissists, they want to maintain a image you know where they have no flaws, where they have no weaknesses, where they have not done any sin and mistake. They are perfect, and that's it. So, we know that they are insecure, being they had been living a lie, and they build a castle of lies where they feel safe. So these narcissists, in order to avoid any kind of criticism, they get into this shape shifting, because they know if they don't shape shift and escape, they might get exposed. Yeah, because when you cause a narcissist the narcissistic injury, you know what comes out of them. Yeah, that demon, that demoness, yeah, that evil just comes out. Yeah, and they are unable to control themselves. They won't be quiet, they won't remain calm. It just comes out. So they themselves are aware of it, and they don't want others to witness that scary thing inside of them. So they get into shape shifting. Yeah, they will be like you in front of you, they will be like someone else in front of the others. They keep shape shifting so that they are not spotted, and they can escape any kind of criticism. They are very smart, they are very intelligent, they will not get into such situation, they will not get into such argument, or they will not be in such place, yeah, surrounded by such people, where they are likely to be criticized. They are very smart. Yeah, they might not have big degrees, but narcissists are very intelligent and very smart. Yeah, or let me put it this way, they are intelligent manipulators. Yeah, that's it. They don't use their intelligence for good of the others. They use their intelligence, their manipulation abilities and tactics for the benefit of their own self. Yeah, they don't use all that knowledge to benefit this person, that person, this community. No, it's all for them, and it's just to serve them. Yeah, we know that whatever makes the narcissist strong, whether it's their knowledge, it's their degree, it's their position, it's their looks, that is something which the narcissist abuses, yeah, or uses to abuse the others. Yeah, so yes, these narcissists shapeshift because they don't want to be seen as the bad guy or the bad girl, and they want to avoid any kind of criticism, because if they are criticized, they are triggered, and what comes out is not good. So they learn and adapt that I can throw narcissistic rage uh, you know in a closed room with my victim, with my slave, but I shouldn't behave the same in front of the others. At home, in personal space, if you cause them narcissistic injury, do you think they're going to be quiet and they're going to let you go, they're going to let you slip by? No, they are going to not spare you, yeah. Even if you're their son, your daughter, you are their wife, you are their husband, they're not going to spare you, yeah, because there is a lot of this contemptuousness and vindictiveness that is inside of these narcissists. They won't leave an opportunity to, antagonize you for causing them narcissistic injury, and they don't want others to see, yeah. They are very image conscious beings. The next reason why narcissists get into shapeshifting is because they like mirroring others, and that's how they trap their victim, yeah. In that idealization phase, love bombing phase, they almost become clones of their victim. I'm the only one, who can understand you. And the victims also, get trapped in all of that show, that, oh wow, she likes the same thing, the way I do. He does the same things the way how I do. Oh God, we are like match made in heaven. We are so much alike. But that is basically to trap the victim. Yeah, all that love bombing, idealization phase, and the victims genuinely begin to feel good that, wow, finally I've got someone who's just like me. Yeah, but that just like you is just to get you on hook, and that's it. Then you're going to see the demon they are on the inside. So yes, narcissists like shape shifting when they are in the process of capturing and love bombing their victim. These narcissists can uh, completely mirror their victims, yeah. So the victims begin to feel safe, the victims begin to feel connected. Oh, she's also like me, she's also gone through all of this. Oh, he's also like me, he's gone through all of that. But we know what happens next. The next reason why narcissists shapeshift is because they want to hide their insecurities. We know narcissists are insecure beings, and all that withholding facts, lies, gaslighting, manipulation, you know what are they doing? They are basically building a false image. Yeah, they are building a facade in front of themselves, where they feel good, where they feel validated, where they feel loved, seen and revered. Yeah, but behind all of that there is this insecure self. So in order to hide that insecure self, they get into shape shifting. They might do things which they don't like doing. They might do a lot of charity work because they want to be seen as someone who's very generous, someone who is big time into helping the underprivileged and the poor. But do they really care? No, they lack empathy. They really don't care what others think or what others go through. No, it's a kind of a stunt. It's a kind of a stunt, with the help of which they can appear a certain way. Yeah, they are not that on the inside. Yeah, they are not that helpful on the inside. It's all basically to create an image. It's all basically to create an impression in front of the others. The next reason why narcissists shapeshift is because they want to exploit others. They might appear to be just like you and me, and then they will do what they have to. Yeah, because if they will appear to be like a bad guy or the bad girl, you might not let your guards down. Yeah, so they are going to appear as if they are also just like you. They have seen more than you, they have gone through more of the stuff, and so that you can connect with them. And the moment you connect, your guards are down, the narcissist is able to collect all of the stuff that he or she wants to collect: your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, your past, your strength, everything. They'll get to know everything, and then they can use it as per their need. Yeah, so these narcissists, they shapeshift to exploit others. They might also go ahead and do things because they want to appear in a certain way. They might go ahead and join a community, yeah, from where they can trap more of these victims, from where they can hunt, gather, and align more victims for future use. So these narcissists are big time into exploiting others, And they do this by shape shifting, yeah, by sometimes becoming this, by sometimes becoming that, and that's it. That's who they are, yeah. They are not authentic being, they are not secure authentic being themselves. And the last reason why narcissists shapeshift is because they lack authentic identity. If they were authentic, they didn't have to, do so much of shape shifting, yeah. Pretend to be someone else here, pretend to be someone else there, be a different person on the outside and a different person inside the private space. So they never had to do that if they were authentic. So that authentic, self is genuinely missing inside of these narcissists. They are, not stable. They are not, who they pretend to be. Yeah, they are lost cases. They are, someone who has a lot of insecurities, someone who genuinely doesn't feel good about himself or herself, and goes to any extent to please himself and make himself or herself feel good, yeah. So narcissists in general lack authentic identity, and that's the reason they are not, the way they are. They keep changing, they keep morphing, they keep adapting, and it's all basically to fit in, allocate these sources, manipulate, exploit, move on. Yeah. So, these are, a couple of reasons why narcissists shapeshift. And in case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Let's work together. I must tell you that, of late, I really enjoy and love reading all your comments. Thank you so much for that. And in case if I have missed in any reason, please feel free to comment below. And don't ignore the red flags. Narcissism is way too common than we can anticipate. So please be careful and take care of yourself, and don't ignore the red flags. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.